Jon Favreau threatened to leave The Mandalorian?
Kathleen Kennedy is being kicked out of the writer's room? No.
Hi guys, I'm Element.
And I'm Choco, and together we are the DYAD in the Force.
There's been a wild rumor that's going on for a couple of weeks now, and we needed to make this video to address it. And it's been picked up by a lot of YouTube grifters, and we are making it our mission to set the record straight, expose their practices, because they're basically monetizing your hatred and taking advantage of you guys.
It's sad. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and it's because largely the fan base has been a lot better at identifying these things, but every now and then things start popping off, so we'll be happy to jump in and help Sherpa people and show the facts, show the sources, and get these things covered.
This rumor claims that Jon Favreau reportedly considered leaving the Mandalorian franchise because Kathleen Kennedy was disrupting his work and interfering with the creative process. Surface level, on paper, it looks like it's pretty bad, right? But you have to ask yourself, how many years is Lucasfilm going to be at a civil war within the ranks before you realize that none of this stuff is true? So we go to the first result we get off of Google. This article right here, from Inside the Magic, Favreau reportedly considered leaving. We do want to scan the copy, right?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we always want to do is try and head down to the source and figure out where this stuff is coming from, as well as also reading it, not be someone who just jumps based off of headlines.
This one reference to a source. One source claims that Kennedy drove Favreau off. So if we click that source, it goes to Fandom Wire. And this is the article here from Fandom Wire. Same kind of headline, vilifying Kathleen Kennedy. Now this one is interesting. The first block of copy says this news comes from Overlord DVD on YouTube. This article also has some weird quotes taken from the commentator as if it is quotes from an inside source. It is just this YouTuber making stuff up. Now, if we go down to the source for this article, what's this? Source? Bounding Into Comics. So let's go to Bounding Into Comics. Wild rumor claims Jon Favreau walked away from the Book of Boba Fett, threatened to quit Lucasfilm. And so the first block starts with the headline. And then the second block, this rumor comes from YouTuber Overlord DVD. I have no charitability for grifters.
It's awful, to be honest. It is the issue in the fandom, and it is hugely affecting Star Wars negatively. Star Wars, Marvel, any of these fandoms, but it's profitable for these people, and for some reason people watch those videos, and I just don't get it. But like we say, always go to the source. If you look at this, the reason people can report these false things is because what they're saying isn't necessarily false. They are quoting someone who is quoting someone else who is quoting a YouTube grifter, and that's how they get away with it.
Yep, this is what we call the fallacy loop, where a YouTuber makes a video and makes some wild claims saying either inside sources or just providing commentary straight from their mouth, and one site will latch onto it, source that YouTube video, and then that allows for other sites to source that article, making it seem like they're sourcing an article. But if you go down the loop, you'll find at the very end of the rabbit hole, a YouTuber just talking out of his butt. And you'll find that when you watch either of our videos, our sources go to reference books, our sources go directly to interviews and direct quotes. We have to be vigilant when we look at articles like this, because again, how long do you think they're going to be at a civil war at Lucasfilm before you realize it ain't happening?
What's interesting is these people after 10 years still don't understand. Kathleen Kennedy's job is we need funding to create a larger volume. And Kathleen Kennedy says, yes, let me take this to the board of directors. We'll make a proposal, does all this stuff to get them the resources they need in order to tell the stories that they want. It's approving budgets. It's doing a lot of pushing around paper and introducing people to other people.
She's a facilitator. She connects the filmmakers and the creatives with the vendors and the people that they need to get the stuff done. Now, there's some times a situation where she may have some input. There's no evidence to suggest that she is directly putting her hands on a project or in the editor's room editing this stuff herself. And I can imagine there's a situation where Favreau and Filoni want to do something, but it is out of budget. But other than that, Kennedy's not going to be coming in while they're filming and actively disrupting the process. She is a scapegoat for people to blame someone other than their own biases. You're not wrong if you hated the sequel trilogy. You're not wrong if you hate any project that they've released recently. That all comes down to you not liking it.
I just want to put this out there. It's okay to just not like something. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. That's awesome. It's just this weird, blaming. I mean, I've seen so many people who enjoyed the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and they say these are so good because they wouldn't let Kathleen Kennedy interfere. And then now they're saying, well, she has been interfering. And if it changes every single time, if everything you don't like is Kathleen Kennedy and Disney, and everything you do like is Dave Filoni, Favreau, and Lucasfilm, you have to admit that there's some bias there.
And if you want them to continue doing the work that they do, you got to stop creating problems where there are none. I think Favreau and Filoni are doing the best that they could as EPs of this and show creators and runners, but you don't want them to be presidents of Lucasfilm pushing paper like Kathleen Kennedy is doing. And to go back to the train of thought that I was on, it's okay to not like any of this stuff, but when you go around saying that something was objectively written poorly when others subjectively like what you don't like, that is objectively incorrect, and so you go around trying to look for someone to blame for the reason that you don't like something, but others like it. So it doesn't logically follow. So if I were to watch a new Star Wars movie and say, oh, I like it, and Choco says, I don't like it, I think it was written poorly, and say, I disagree, I thought it was written well.
No, so you're objectively wrong, and I'm right.
So there's no, but that very disagreement between us means that there's no objective judgment on whether it was written well or poorly. It's our own, subjective take on how the writing was. So it's okay to not like something. It's all about how you present it and how you deliver it to other people and disagree with other people, because doing stuff like this stuff, I don't even know if these YouTubers actually believe what they're saying. They're just grifting.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
They're trying to make money off of your clicks because you are steeped into this hatred that you're looking for people to affirm it. In all honesty, it's just gonna make things even more difficult for Lucasfilm to release more new stuff that you guys could potentially like.
I honestly believe that Rise of Skywalker would have been a different movie had the fan base acted differently. Also, I think it's possible George Lucas wouldn't have even sold Star Wars had the fan base reacted differently to the prequels, but that's a whole nother topic.
So we'll wrap this video by saying, be vigilant, look at all of the articles you see online and go down the source loop. If it ends at a YouTuber, best believe it ain't true. But that'll do it for this video. Choco, do you have any final words for our good friends out there?
Always check the sources.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe so we can keep on fighting the good fight and making sure that Star Wars continues to release great things in the future. But that'll do it. That's the end of this video. On to the next one.
For Light and for Life,
we're all the Republic.
And leave Kathleen Kennedy alone. She's been through enough. May the Force be with you.